Alright, and we are off. So here we start in level 1, or world 1. It's a fairly straightforward world. A lot of it just has to do with really solid movement and efficient. Oh, Halodude starting off, attempting to go for a ball mix. It's pretty tricky though, and he got probably the worst option that he could have gotten a mix. Sleep is very slow and doesn't do you any good. He's gonna move on, and Blue Bomber is now in the lead by about a room. Oof, those fire guys, enemies there, they have a lot of RNG and they can snipe you out of nowhere. And when they do, it's got a really long animation, damage animation. Kills a couple of seconds. Moving into level 1-2, it's a lot more of the same. It's all about efficient movement. A few of the mini-bosses, they can be killed with a double star, which is what both of our runners just did there. They sucked up 2 guys at the same time and killed them in one fell swoop. They're pretty synced right now, which is very cool for a race. Alright, there we see Halo and Blue Bomber. They just did one of those mini cloud games. So while we're here in the earlier levels, we'll talk about that. Those cloud mini games are at the end of every level except for the boss fights. And your goal is to land on number 7, because it's the quickest and fastest to get to. You don't get any points, but here in speedrunning, we don't really care about the points. We care about going fast. So the goal is to hit it just so that you land on number 7. And Blue Bomber and Halodude also picked up Fire. Fire is a move that helps with speed. It doesn't do the most damage, but if you're moving in a horizontal level, it gets you from point A to point B very quickly. It's not good for the vertical levels, but for horizontal it's great. And they're going to be trying to hold on to this power all the way through this next level here and into World 2. Their Halo is showing off the quick way to kill the Frosty there. He loses burning and does not go back for it. I have no idea what he's going to do, so we'll see. Here, Blue Bomber comes into the Frosty fight. It can be tricky for newer runners. But he takes him out. Ooh, and just barely doesn't get hit by the Frosty. Very nice. So Halo's going to take Sword into Wispy Woods, the boss battle. This tree, it takes more damage when you use an ability like Sword that's meant for fighting, more so than an ability like Burning, but Burning is so handy for the other levels. People still use it. Blue, he looked like he was going back for the spiky power there, which he lost both times. He now has 1 health left. I'll have to be very careful. Thanks for the compliment, chat. Don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's DCE. Alright, this is usually a backup strat, the Tornado. It helps to get through that level that has lots and lots of enemies, and it's a little bit quicker. We usually use Burning to get through there, but it works also to get up to the 2nd level. Their Blue Bomber is taking in the Spike ability, the Needle ability, and it's killing that tree very, very quickly. Good for him. Halodude moving into the 2nd time that we'll see one of those double stars. He'll drop his ability and suck it up at the same time as another guy there. See if he gets it the second time. Yes. And he picks up the wheel move. I like this area because if you've taken a few hits, there are a few free health items there. They're very quick. Bring you back up to full. Ooh! Blue Bomber takes a death. Fortunately, he wasn't too far into the room. Taking a death isn't so bad if you do it at the beginning of a room. If you're farther in, it's a lot more painful because you have to do the whole room again. If you were to take a game over, which means losing all of your lives down there, you can see Halodude has 2 left, and Blue has 1. Well, he has 2. He has his current life, and 0 also counts as a life. If you lose them both, you'll get a game over, and not only do you have to do that room over again, you have to do the whole stage over again. Halodude makes it through without losing wheel. Interesting strat. I've never seen anybody try to keep wheel through this section. But it's a very fast lateral movement ability, so I'm not surprised. And he lost it. Ooh, Blue is taking the tornado ability into the wheel fight. And it worked for him. Halodude heading into World 4. This one's a world that has a few more clouds on it. I like the aesthetic of the clouds. Picks up Spark. Spark is great for this fight. It only takes 4 hits to take down the clock. It's also great for getting through a bunch of enemies. Blue Bomber taking out a whole bunch of fish. I don't blame him. Fish get in the way. He loses wheel, but that's okay. You don't need wheel coming up. Alright, Blue Bomber is taking on this Meta Knight fight. Every time you're in a Meta Knight fight, when you kill a certain enemy, the enemies will come out in a specific order, so you can plan exactly what route you're going to take to be as efficient as possible. He did a pretty good job with that. Halodude picks up another wheel. This is a very tricky room to get through with wheel. There's a lot of enemies going around, and you got to do a bunch of wheel jumps. Switching it for high jump. This is the first time we'll see that. Unlike burning, high jump is not so great for moving side to side, but for up and down, it's fantastic. Ooh, Blue Bomber takes a hit by the Sparky, which means he will be going into the Tick-Tock fight with Fire, a very good backup plan. Halodude is now in the Paint Roller fight, affectionately known by a lot of the runners as Paint Roller. But he does not troll Halodude. He takes him out very cleanly and quickly. Now in World 3, it is a wonderful chance to show off the high jump ability, as most of World 3 is very vertical or up and down. So this high jump power is very useful. Blue Bomber getting past the cannons. Those can be fairly tricky. and going for the little bit of backup health. Good for him. That's what I'd have done. Picking up sword. Interesting that he's going backwards. I've never seen anybody do this before. Oh, changes his mind. Blue Bomber getting through the... whatever room you want to call that. That tricky little room there. Picking up a high jump from the other side. Alright, this here is one of the trickiest mini-bosses that Halo just took down. He's Bugsy. He's got a lot of RNG to him, and he'll back right out of your way. If he does manage to get you, he's got a very long animation where he hits you against the ground. And it's very slow. Fortunately for Halo, we did not see that. Blue Bomber taking on the Paint Roller. Trying to get back his high jump there. Ooh, and takes him out. I don't know what Halo is doing, but it does not seem like the most efficient route. Alright. Up through the maze. If you know where to go through that little maze of doors, it's just very simple to get through. If you don't know where you're going, your first time through it can be a little bit tricky, but no problem for an experienced or even inexperienced speedrunner. Blue Bomber taking out the clock. Alright, Halo is now in the second Meta Knight fight. There's a strategy here where people will drop, exactly, high jump right away to kill a few people with just the Kirby sucking up ability, because that's a lot easier. And then they will pick up high jump again before the end of the fight, because it is so useful in this world. Blue Bomber opts for a soft reset. Soft resets are very handy as they will reset your health all the way to full and your lives to 2, so you don't have to take a death or a reset. It's very, very quick to do a soft reset if you don't have a important ability, and is almost always quicker than dying. Here, Halodude is taking out Bonkers with his invincibility. If you get up there fast enough, you don't lose the invincibility. That makes it a very simple fight. Blue Bomber heading into Bugsy. Bugsy is my least favorite mini-boss. Most people seem to really dislike Fan. I also don't like Fan, but Bugsy for me is worse. Ooh, he got hit with the Bugsy attack that takes a minute, but finishes strong. High jumping on up into, I believe this is our first dark room that Halo is in. Going for the extra life. Okay. A lot of times in those dark rooms they will hide invisible blocks to make it more difficult to get through. No big deal if you already know where they are, but an interesting mechanic. Blue Bomber picks up, ooh, I think he was trying to get high jump, but he also inhaled his own star, and you always get whatever power you had that your star had been before you lost it. Halodude decides to go for Moon, and he is wrong. Only loses him a second, though. One of our runners, MK Cocoon, would definitely disapprove of choosing, but when you're going for world record times like Halodude, the extra half second that you could save is worth it. Takes a hit. I don't know exactly how far behind Blue is. I believe he's just a couple levels, 2, maybe 3 levels. Definitely not a whole world behind. As far as time goes, I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat will have to time it for me. Normally we take... I don't remember. That's okay. Oh, Halodude opts for Tornado early. Usually we'll pick up the second one because it likes to troll you a little bit. That second one. Oh, and a little bit of sync on the mini games there. Alright, Blue Bomber going for that invincibility, having a little bit of trouble with the door, which is unfortunate. It loses some time. But he'll make it. Bonkers is one of the easier to manipulate mini-bosses. Opts for ice, I think that makes a lot of sense as a backup ability to high jump. And he takes him out. Halodude getting hit by some of the sparks, picks up spikes. He picks up Sparky for these two Poppy Bros. Perfect ability. They just hop around you and take damage. They're giving a bit of trouble there, hopping all over the place. But he is through. Halodude going all the way up to 2. A bit of an oops, but that's it. But I think he's gotten exclusively 7s, so you know, he'll be okay. One of my favorite levels here is the... oh, it's the blimp level in the sky. Airship level. A lot of fun. I like how floaty the wind makes you feel when you're going past, and also makes you a little bit faster. This is the only level that has the sideways motion of the wind. You'll see a couple places where it'll push you up or down or both. And he's through. Blue Bomber picked up a sword ability, which is very handy for this dark room if you don't have high jump. I end up doing it with sword more often than not. Oop! Accidentally takes out that high jump little dude. So Blue Bomber will just have to pick up the next one. There is another one coming up here a little bit later, or a bunch of them I should say. Halodude running through the room with the bunch of bird guys. Makes it through without a hit, which can be very tricky. And he seems to be going without wheel in this room. Not something I've seen before, but sure. I won't question it. Blue Bomber just took out Sun, and now he's taking out Mr. Moon. Okay, so Halo opts for the mic ability to take out Fan, which worked. Here he has the throw ability, which, as you can see, allows you to throw things. The names here are very descriptive. This is the one and only time we will see this ability used, specifically because it's very good for the next Meta Knight room. Blue Bomber narrowly avoids a snipe by the fire enemy. The stars that throws are great because they go through an enemy and they will keep taking out any enemies in their path, so you can theoretically kill as many enemies as you'd like. In this case, you won't usually see more than 3 at a time, like right there. But it's still a great one to have in your back pocket. And back to burning. This room with spikes can be fairly tricky. These spikes will take out your burning ability, just like you saw there. So he picks up the extra life. Blue Bomber is tornadoing through this level here. holds on to Tornado, which is not the most useful ability here in this room. But if he wants it for the boss, that could make some sense. Speaking of mini bosses, Halodude's into the clock with only 1 health left, which is a tricky place to be. If he dies, he would have had to fight that whole boss without a power, which is very slow. You never want to fight a mini boss without a power. But it's Halodude, so he's okay. Blue Bomber goes back for the health. Makes sense. I can appreciate some safety. On his way into the fight with the... He gets rid of Spark. I wonder if that was on purpose. Maybe he's going for a double star here. Which does not end up happening, but that's okay. Halodude is now in the next boss fight. Kracko, I believe his name is. This is the only boss fight that has a build-up to the actual boss fight. A little bit of trivia, they never call him as such, but he is Kracko Jr. in his smaller form on your way up. Then he turns into real Kracko on his way up. Takes him out. Halo is now into World 5. It calls it Level 5, or all the worlds are levels, which I think is confusing. I think each individual section of a world should be the level, and the overarching thing should be the world, but it is what it is. Ooh, Blue Bomber is in my favorite level. I'm not any good at it, but that doesn't make it any less fun. And if a video game isn't fun, then what good is it for? Ah, good choice. Blue Bomber stays away from the crash. They have a very large hit range. Halodude, I believe, is about to pick up the ball ability. This might be the first time we've seen it. At the very least, it's the first time I've talked about it. It's one that most people don't use on their first casual playthrough because it's very hard to use. However, it is one of the most powerful abilities in the game. It does a crazy amount of damage. You'll see him take out this next mini-boss, I believe Bonkers, in just 2 hits, which is insane. Blue Bomber taking the sword through the bird room, making some chicken cutlets. And look at that, I already missed Halodude's fight with Bonkers. I'm sure you all saw how fast that was, it was crazy. Ooh, Blue Bomber just a bit behind with his ball. Halodude back to high jump to get up this room. And now it is Blue Bomber's turn to take on the Fan. He's taking the more traditional route of taking it down with the Spark ability. Oh, he got the best RNG you can get, although that RNG makes me nervous as it hops into a ball to get towards you. This area Halodude's in, as you can see, was built specifically for Wheel. And then the developers decided to put some spikes there to trick you. You cannot go over these breakable blocks with Wheel there, for the reason that you just saw. I wonder if he's thinking about 100%, which is why he went into that room. But this is any percent. Wonder if he'll take the... Oh! Halodude takes a death in the spike room. Very easy to do with only 1 health. Blue Bomber does not decide to go for that maximum tomato, but with 3 health. It's not so bad. I don't blame him. Halodude burning right through these sparks. Very handy ability. Ooh, and Blue Bomber has 1 health left in this Meta Knight room. Hopefully he can make it through without dying. Those things take some time to get through. And actually, Halodude is in another Meta Knight fight. So we've got double Meta Knight fights going on right now. That was kind of neat. Here he picks up Ball again. I wonder if he'll go for the very dangerous Ball strat. And he does. If you're barely more than a pixel off there, you'll fall right through the hole and die immediately. And he continues on, going past the secret room. It's another one of those times, if I'm wondering, he's thinking of 100%. I don't run 100%, so I'm not sure where those buttons are. But he jumps down into this spiky water room, grabs a little bit of health, and falls down the hole. Oh, accidentally bounces up on that platform. I'm currently getting a phone call from my home phone. They're just gonna have to wait. Alright, Blue Bomber going to take down this clock here. And Halodude manages to hold on to Ball for the Burning Leo fight. Both take their enemies out very quickly. Blue Bomber making very quick work of this dark room. This dark room always felt silly, as they're not actually hiding anything in the dark. It's just a room that they turned off the lights in. Not like you can't see the edges or the enemies, so I've always found it silly. If it were me, I would probably opt for a soft reset before Krakow. I think that's where Blue Bomber is. And Halodude is currently in the room where they very subtly suggest to you that you should take Wheel ability. It's a very short level, and Wheel makes the most sense. Blue Bomber is in the Krakow fight with 3 health. Should be okay, but you never know. Everybody can make a mistake here and there, so we'll see what happens. Almost to the top. Alright, he made it. Halodude going back for a fairly simple mix. Oh, does not go for the one that I was expecting. Usually you do a first frame mix. Got Tornado again to pick up the hammer ability. 2 frame mixes are easy. You just suck them in and press and hold A. Stone is probably the worst ability. Got Stone again. Blue Bomber has already taken out the Krakow, no problem. Halodude is still trying for whatever mix he wants. I don't know what he's looking for. But it's not Stone. Now I want to know what he's going for. He'll just give up and try something else. Nope, still not Stone. Or Tornado. He's just getting a bunch of Stone and Tornado. He's got to be getting frustrated at this point. Blue Bomber has 1 health left. Might be the time for a soft reset there. Unless he wants to keep that freeze ability, which I think he does. Oh, Blue Bomber opts for the sword. I wonder if he realizes that there... Oh, Ball is what he wanted. That was a Ball mix. And takes down the heavy mole. I think it would have been faster for him to go with the simple hammer mix. But that's okay. He has plenty of time to spare to go for whatever mix he wanted. Blue Bomber opts to not take Ball. Ball can be a bit unwieldy at times, so as a newer runner, I don't blame him. Hopefully, oh! He takes a death, so he'll have to fight Bonkers the casual way. But fortunately, Bonkers is not the slowest of mini-bosses to fight. Halodude very efficiently getting through that room, covered with lots of enemies. He's now in World 6, which is one of the trickiest worlds, as he is going to take a, what is it called? The tornado ability. From this world, this level, all the way to the end, there is no backup tornado, so that can be a very tricky thing to do. Alright, picks up stone, loses stone, lets it go. I don't blame him, he'll be picking up tornado here in just a moment. Blue Bomber has another set of the high jump ability. And drop in right through the hole, I like it. There's Halo's tornado. Blue Bomber picking up the wheel in a room that was specifically designed for wheel, which makes it lots of fun. This tornado Halo's got, it makes this room, which is filled with enemies that would normally be a pain, a breeze to get through. Huh, tornado making it a breeze. There was a pun there. Some people are making comments in the chat about Halo's, wait, he sides against, oh, picks up sleep again. Whoops. Sides against keeping tornado. That's interesting. Second shot at the mix, I believe. No. I think he wants ball. Or wheel. Whoever was calling him Sir Mix-a-Lot, or whatever names, I think they were appropriate. And he is through Bonkers. Hey Chooch, thanks. Alright, once again, Blue Bomber finds himself with 1 health in a Meta Knight fight, but he makes it past. Picking up the ball ability. Very handy for the upcoming drop. Ooh, Halodude almost makes it all the way up to 1. That was not intentional, I'm sure. Goes the top route. I think that makes the most sense with the wheel ability. Whoops, Blue Bomber taking a wrong turn there. Moving a little bit early. Alright, now this is a nasty little area with its spikes that Halo's in the water. If you were to lose your ability there, it's gone for good. There's no picking it back up again. But he makes it and is fine, as expected. Chooch! Here he is in the Nut Shack. It can be a tricky room to get through unless you know the pattern that those coconuts fall on you. Then you'll know exactly where to go and it's not a big deal to get through. You won't take a hit. Blue Bomber's chopping his way through. Heading right into the next fight, Halo decides to go under and picks up a bit of health. It's a good choice. I believe he's got the hardest Meta Knight fight coming up here in just a second. The ice physics can make it tricky. And the wheel, oh, I understand the wheel. Blue Bomber already took out that Flaming Leo. Very nice to him. This is a tricky level for Blue, as there are enemies everywhere, and with the ground changing its level, it can be very difficult to get a good spot. Halo opts to keep the wheel, instead of going for the UFOs. I wonder if he will choose to do a double star here. Yes, he does go for the double star with no problem. Blue Bomber is in the subtle wheel room, getting through. I like the room Halo's in. Jumping in and out of the water always makes me feel like a dolphin. Blue Bomber riding all the way down to the end of this level. Another very satisfying area. Whew! Halo doesn't care about the ice physics. Could have been regular solid ground for him. Very nice, that was fast. Blue Bomber opted for a quick soft reset. He is, I would imagine, going for the traditional hammer mix. It could be very tricky to get there in time to suck him up, so there we go. Ooh, he picks up sleep too. It's alright, Halo's done that a few times now. Halo just finished the real Meta Knight fight, the actual fight Meta Knight. I think that was pretty average RNG for him there. And Blue Bomber got himself his hammer, so we can see exactly what it does to the heavy mole. It does lots of damage. Oh, and Halodude opts for a soft reset as well. Fun fact, there are only 3 ways you can get a hammer. That's either by killing and sucking up bonkers, by sucking in one of those orange things that the heavy mole spits out, or by doing a mix like Blue Bomber just did there. We used to take, I believe it was Spark, through this area that Halo is in, but a Japanese runner, I believe, found that this was a bit faster. And so now we do that. He's going for a ball mix. Ball mix is essential for 7-2. We'll get there in a minute, but it's easily one of the most difficult areas of the game. Ooh, Blue Bomber takes a death there. It's alright, he wasn't very far through the level. I'd imagine Halodude will make it look easy, but 7-2 is very tricky. He goes the bottom route. Interesting choice. I can't imagine how that would be faster than the top route. But sure. I'm sure we'll see the top route in a minute when Blue Bomber gets to it. Taking out the TikTok. Onward. Into a Frosty. Maybe Halodude just wants to show off his ball strats. That would be a pretty decent reason to go through the bottom route. Bonkers is where we usually start. So instead of 6 or 7 enemies, we only have to fight 4. Although they are harder the 4 when you go the top route. Taking out Fan. Now Bugsy. No problem there. Blue Bomber opts for a high jump. And the Leo. Sucking him up. Alright, Blue Bomber takes the... Oh! No, that was an accident. He takes the tornado. And knows exactly that the only way in order to get that health is to suck up the enemy first on top. Now I wonder if Halodude's going all the way up on purpose. I see Halo in chat. He must be feeling pretty confident here. So I don't blame him. There, Blue Bomber is taking out the Bonkers exactly the way you'd expect somebody to take out Bonkers. So maybe now we'll see a more traditional route through World 6, as long as he can keep his tornado. And Halodude scooting on up to the top. I do think this is on purpose. It's gotta be. He's having a little bit of fun. Like I said earlier, if a game isn't fun, there's no point to it. This level that Blue Bomber's in is a pain in the butt without Tornado, so he's using Tornado to get through there without too many hits, although having a little bit of trouble. Halo's having a little trouble in the clock rooms as well, taking a couple of hits. Those dudes move around. Some have set patterns, some have RNG, it just depends on which one you're in. He's going for a mix. Ends up with throw. That's not the one he wanted. Hey, it's better than sleep. Blue Bomber taking the lower route. So we got to see both routes on in this race. Top and bottom. This is nice. Let's see if he can keep it through this area. With so many enemies and spikes, it can be a very challenging thing to do. Let's see what he's got. Halo is taking spark strats. They can make it a lot easier to hit the things that you want to hit. Oh, Blue Bomber must have lost his Tornado because now it seems he has Sword. I'd imagine it broke on the spikes. He going for the... Yeah, if I were him, I wouldn't go for the health there. There's another one coming up in just a moment. Halodude has decided to take the Spark Strats. Spark Strats as an alternative to Crash. Sparks don't have to worry about the RNG as much. Oh, Blue Bomber in the check. So there's a lot less RNG you have to worry about. I would assume that Blue Bomber is going to take the Spark through there. So we'll get to see a little bit of everything. And the wheel, you have to pick up the wheel there. It makes this last world here in World 7 much, much faster. As you can see, it's a throwback level, so it's all in black and white. I don't remember exactly which game it's throwing back to. I am sure somebody in the chat can help us out with that if you're interested. Blue Bomber picks up, never mind, he changed his mind. Now he has high jump. Not too bad of a mix. Halodude opts for the mushroom. The tomato. Alright, let's see if he goes for the wheel mix here. Wheel. He's already got wheel. Let's see if he goes for the ball mix here. I'd imagine he will. These two guys right there, and no problem. That's not one of the easiest mixes, but it's certainly interesting choice. But it's also certainly not one of the hardest. Alright. Blue Bomber is looking to mix his cutter. Some people will take cutter on purpose. I think he... Oh, careful! What he actually wanted was a... Almost got through there with no hits for Halodude. People usually go for whatever it is that Blue Bomber's got. UFO. Sometimes for a double star strat, and sometimes for this double hit strat. Only gets one. Halodude is here fighting what we call orb. We call it orb for, well, for reasons that I'll let you deduce on your own. It always does the same thing. Its patterns are set. But it can still be a little tricky because you don't know exactly how high or low it's going to send out each set of stars. But generally not too big of a deal. Halo in the last Meta Knight room. I'm not entirely sure. I think Halodude's playing with his settings. He's using a Game Boy player, so that's fun to know. Oh, Skywalk. Yep, that's definitely it. It's the orb sounds. It makes the sound of an orb. Here, Blue Bomber is fighting Meta Knight, and Halodude is fighting Nightmare. Meta Knight is a little bit more interesting to watch because it does its own thing. It does something a little bit different each time. You never know whether it's going to block you or not. And Nightmare always does exactly the same thing. Blue Bomber gets through reasonably well. Halodude is making his way through. Nightmare almost got it. And there it goes. Halodude finishes with a official SRL time of 45:38. We'll see if he wants to join us in here. I don't know exactly how to do that, so I will be back in a moment. Well, whatever Halodude wants to do, I'm sure he'll figure it out. He can probably get himself in here. Alright, I do not want to miss Blue Bomber's World 7-2. It's a tricky one. It also looks like he successfully did the ball mix, which is very good. Yeah, he opts for the top route. It's definitely a more traditional path. Hang on, my stream stopped for a moment. Looks like he's doing alright. On Fan. Can be a bit tricky, but... Ooh, he got hit. Oh, there goes my stream again for a moment. Ah, looks like a very solid, yep, a very solid Bugsy fight. Is Halo doing... No, this is... Halo's doing a boss rush. Good for him. Keeping things exciting. Blue Bomber makes it successfully through. Yes. Feasel, if you're in there, the answer to that question is yes, that's exactly what happened. Alright. Very nice job to Blue. On to World, level 3. Wait. Alright, that was a mistake. This is a very nice and easy level right after that horrible boss rush they put you through. So this little area with the dudes going up can be tough, but they're very kind as to give you a maximum tomato here at the top. And in the next room, they also give you an invincibility candy, which is the first time they've done that in quite a while in this game. Takes it, but that doesn't slow him down. It can also be fun to slide around here with invincibility on the ice. And a little bit of quick swimming. Ooh, Halodude. Lost his bomb rally. Kirby looks pretty sad. Took a hit, but overall this has been some very impressive movement to get through this tricky level with a bunch of enemies around. Oh, there Halo goes doing a quick draw. Seems like he's taking requests from the chat. Blue Bomber has ball. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Or if ball is just fun and he likes to have it. At this point, fun is good. But only has 1 health left. Makes it though. Wonder if he will go for Spark here. Does go for Spark. Spark is just a little bit easier and a little bit safer. And really doesn't lose you any time. So you might as well go for it. Ball is a lot of fun. I hated it when I was a kid, but now that I'm older and I can use it a little bit better, I really enjoy it. It's very satisfying. Alright, if I were Blue Bomber, I'd do a soft reset at the end of this here. Hang on just a moment.
Can I just drive in?
I think you're here?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How's it going with you, Halo?
You know, alright. So fun. It was actually a fun run. That was like, actually had a lot of fun playing the game.
Yeah, it looked like you were doing a lot. Just for fun.
Yeah, I was doing some random dumb crap.
Hey, you might as well. If it's not fun, then what's the point?
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Ooh, Blue Bomber just took a pretty nasty hit there. Alright. So, one thing I noticed was you were having a little bit of trouble where we usually go for the heavy mole mix.
Yeah.
How are you feeling there?
Well, I was like, okay, I'll just try this new strat. You get ball there. It saves like, I don't know, 2 seconds. So
when you're
I
not
try
getting
to get
stone or tornado, yeah.
Yeah, stone is before ball and tornado's after ball. So you can imagine I was kind of losing my mind there that I was not getting ball. So
yeah.
And I was a little bit of a sunk cost fallacy. You know, I did it for like 2 minutes. So I was like, I can't just.
You can't give up now, right?
So yeah, you know, I had to. But yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
It's pretty. Yeah, it was great. I lost my mind on stream.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, but you still have some sugar. There's one more container. You see that?
Yep. Yeah, that was fun.
Whoever's in there with you, I can't quite hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to do some random things.
Oh, no problem. Unrelated. Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was my mom saying that we have sherbet in the house still. So,
oh,
yeah,
well, that is solid news.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it,
anyway,
yeah.
how's Blue Bomber doing? He's on, I don't have the RTMP link, so I can't really see.
Well, he is in the throwback world at about 53 minutes, which I think is pretty good for him. He's probably on a PB pace here.
Yeah.
His current, what is it? PB is about 59 minutes, so...
Oh yeah, okay. So this is, yeah, definitely...
Without any major issues, he'll have no problem with getting a PB.
Yeah. The show.
I wonder if he will take Cutter. Yes, he is planning on taking Cutter into the DDD fight. It's been a popular strat among some of the newer runners.
Yeah.
It's fairly effective, too.
Yeah, it does work pretty well.
Safe without too much time loss.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, no, wow, yeah, it does work pretty well. Definitely not a big deal.
No. Looked like you were having a little bit of fun at the end there. You're better at, quick draw than I am.
Oh, I'm terrible at quick draw. My reaction time is horrible. Like it's really bad. I guess I don't know.
It looks like you're playing on a Game Boy player.
Yeah, Game Boy player.
That's what I use too, and there's just enough input lag in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't notice when I'm playing the regular game, but if I'm doing something like one of the mini games, I definitely notice.
Yeah, Game Boy player. It also, I don't know, it eats inputs as well. I don't know if that's just the game or the.
I mean, I get that too, but I think that might just be the game. I'm not sure.
It might be, yeah. It's weird. Well, yeah, sometimes you'll clip into an enemy. If you wheel in an enemy and then you try to do, if you try to cancel a wheel while you go through an enemy, it won't work.
Oh yeah, I haven't bothered trying that.
So yeah, this game's kind of weird like that. But,
hang on, there's something I gotta do.
And look at this, Blue Bomber's almost done.
Indeed he is.
Yep. Yup. I mean, the tournament seems to be working out. Except there's not that many matches after this, or people not signing up. Seems to be only like one match.
I think some people are waiting for matches to finish before they can get theirs.
Right. Oh yeah, I'll have to... I think I'll have to talk to Chooch. Chooch is my next matchup, I believe.
Yes, he is your next matchup.
Yeah.
Oh, and Blue Bomber has finished with his time here. So, is speed runs live official time of 56 minutes and 45 seconds, which is
Nice.
Solid PB for him by a couple minutes, I believe.
Yeah. That's great. Seems like he's just PBing on every race, not running in between.
I bet it feels pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, he just does one run and bam. Yeah, no reset, PB.
I'd imagine that it doesn't happen for you anymore.
No. Nope. It's a terrible grind. It's pretty grindy once you get further down.
Yeah, I'm enjoying still being in the 50s because I can actually feasibly get a PB reasonably often.
Yeah, I love the beginning of like a speed run when you can still save a lot of time. It's the most fun.
Yeah, but you were having good fun today too.
Yeah.
Yes, Blue Bomber. If he wants to join in, he can definitely do that now. I reckon I should probably stop streaming. Perhaps. You were streaming before this as well, right?
No, I just started.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
I usually, I stream at night usually when I do.
I see.
But yeah, we'll do a race, you know. Alright, let me do a dot comment. Always do a dot comment on your races. It's historical.
Gotcha.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Blue.
Hey.
Alright, how'd you feel about your race there?
My 7-2 was definitely better.
Yeah, that was a pretty good 7-2.
Just gotta not get hit so much, that's all.
I have that problem too, yeah.
I mean, other than that, like, it's definitely faster. That 7-2 really pushed me slightly ahead. I couldn't get ahead. I couldn't keep the burning from chapter 1 to really speed up the chapter 2, unfortunately.
It's alright. Halo did the same thing.
Oh yeah.
You both lost burning there early on.
Yeah, was.
Oh, jeez. I didn't expect that.
You were actually ahead for most of the level 1 area. Halo went for a ball mix, and he accidentally got sleep, which cost him a few seconds there.
Like I did in 5-6 going for hammer.
Yeah, well, you'll have to watch back the stream. Going for hammer was definitely an interesting area to watch.
Oh man, that sounds like we got stuck on there for quite a bit.
You just got stuck there for a minute. Halo was there a little longer. He was going for a fancy strat.
He was
Having a
probably
little bit of
going
fun
for
with it.
ball, I assume.
Yes, he was going for ball, exactly.
Yeah, it's a meme strat, to be honest. It might save like a couple seconds.
Well, ball is actually very effective there, depending on the RNG of the molars.
Oh yeah, it's really good in boss endurance, so it definitely is. It's a cool strat.
I think I
that
also
was fun.
screwed up the high jump against paint roller as well.
You know, you
Yeah,
missed
that's
one
hard.
there. He got a hit on you, but you did okay.
Yeah.
I
Overall,
didn't see
overall,
very many, like...
Go ahead. Okay. Overall, I feel I did slightly better in some areas. 7-2 definitely being one of the better ones. I was trying to keep wheel so I could have it for 7-6, and that just didn't work out. So I just went back to my normal strat of I'll just do it without a power since I'm so used to it.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, overall, I didn't see very many disastrous things that happened to you there.
It's good to hear. That makes me feel better.
As it should. Alright, and do either of you guys have anything else you want to say here?
I don't know how far I'll get, but maybe I'll see you again.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where we are in the standings, but for sure.
Halo,
Keep playing the
dude,
game,
good
guys.
race. I enjoy
Yeah,
getting
GG.
my butt kicked.
It's fun it's always fun to race. Good old West Rail. Keeping it alive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a fun game
Yeah.
to run. If anyone wants to run it, it's pretty easy to get into. So there you go. And I'm guessing there's something after this, so you know we should probably
There is
give them
a...
their time soon.
Absolutely. There is a bit of a gap here on Speedruns Live, this first channel here, until Shantae at 9 p.m. But you should all come back and tune in again for our next Kirby race. Will be between MK Cocoon versus Patsachu. I think that'll be a good race on Wednesday at 10:30 p.m.
All right.
I'll do my best to be there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm gonna head on out. Enjoy the next whatever's on next.
All right. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Huh.
No one's leaving yet. I'll leave. See ya.
See ya.
All right. Bye.